Hello, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. I would like to see our responses on the chat as we join. Thank you for coming this beautiful evening. This is the second part of the series, The Skilled Teenager. And today we'll be talking about a very important topic: help your teenager build a healthy self esteem and confidence. Who better to talk about this lovely topic than the confidence doctor herself? I am excited to have her here with us this evening. I'll just bring her back and
Hello, everybody.
yes,
Good evening.
good evening. Welcome,
Thank you, ma.
Auntie Mesoma Ilechuku, aka the confidence doctor. So I'll
Thank you for
just talk briefly about her and then we'll go straight into it. We're just having a chat now before we came live, and I was reminding her of that beautiful book she wrote. What's the title again, Auntie Mesoma?
confidence manual for kids and teens.
Yes, that book is a must get for every kid and teenager. Auntie Mesoma Ilejuku is a purpose driven lady. She's a pace setter. She's someone that has distinguished herself over the years. And there's something that I've admired greatly about her. I'm sure she'll be hearing it for the first time, is how consistent she has been over the years. There is no day that she shows up regardless. And that's something that I covet a lot. So we may not really be close like 5 and 6, but she's someone that I appreciate. She's someone that I follow closely. I see what she does. She knows what she's doing. When she's talking, she knows what she's talking about. She runs several programs to help young people gain their confidence, gain their voice in society. So when we are talking about confidence and health esteem and a healthy self-esteem, you want to make sure that you have the confidence doctor in your corner. Just the way you go around looking for a doctor when you have an ailment and you want a prescription and they give you a prescription and treatment. Auntie Mesoma is the confidence doctor. She's the author of 24 books, whooping 24 books. I'm still coming for that consultancy session. For 24 books, she is the writer. She is the convener of the Complete Woman Bootcamp 2022. She runs the School of Confidence. That's an online school that's aimed at transforming your confidence and self esteem towards greatness. This school has helped a lot of people build their confidence. She's the founder of Lion and Lionesses. In fact, oh my goodness, you guys are in thing awesome and wonderful tonight. So anyway, we'll still get to see confidence, anti-confidence again. And I'm happy that she was able to create time out of a very busy schedule to be here with us this evening. Thank you so much, Anti-Confidence, for coming. I would
Thank
let you get straight to it for maybe another 40-45 minutes, and then we'll take questions and wrap up the session
you.
this evening. Thank you so much for coming. I
Thank you,
appreciate
ma.
you. My name is Ajayi, and I am a teen mentor and coach and the founder of the Jamaican Teens Initiative. So this is a series that we started for this month of July. It's tagged The Skilled Teenager, and we have talked about organization skills, and now we are talking about building confidence. I hope that we're able to get value, and I'm sure that we will get value this very beautiful evening. So just stay with us. Take your writing materials. I have mine here ready to take notes. Thank you so much, Anti Confidence. I'll let you get straight to it.
Okay, please, can you bring up the slides? Okay, thank you. Good evening, everybody, once again, and welcome to this section. I'm so happy, and I think this is the first time I'm having something live with Ma'am Ame.
Yeah.
I'm happy, I'm excited, and I hope you are as well to learn one or two from this section. So she has already introduced me, and I just don't want to say much. And about me being consistent, honestly, that is one of my biggest secrets online. If you're doing anything and you want to make a name from it online, you have to be consistent. If you don't want to be consistent, you can't have results. No matter what, some days it's not easy, some days it's hard, but you just have to be consistent to have your results. So today we are going to be talking about how you can help your teenager build a healthy self-esteem and confidence. So I had to create slides because this section is not just one of those sections that you just rush in and start teaching. I have to sit down and plan. So I have a lot of teaching materials that I came with. Now, these materials we are solely done for this section. So I hope you truly valued them. Now, who is a teenager? When we start talking about teenager, who is a teenager? A teenager is a person aged between 13 and 19 years. Some people will say 17 years. That's okay too. But once there is teen there, they're teenagers. People grow differently. Sometimes somebody that is 19 can be behaving like 17, 16. People grow differently. So once they have teen at their back, I feel like they are teenagers. So a person aged between 13 to 19 years, and they are also called adolescents. When you're saying adolescents, that means they are teenagers. Okay, I have some pictures to represent who teenagers are. They are not children per se, they are not kids. And that is why for School of Confidence, when we're having our annual summer program that will start in August, we always say School of Confidence for kids and teens, not just kids, because kids are different from teenagers. Okay, so a person aged between 13 and 19 years, they are also called adolescents. Now, characteristics of teenagers. What do you see, and you would know that okay, this my child is becoming a teenager. What do you see in that child, and you would know? Okay, first of course, their age is one, but other things that you can see and know that, oh, my child is coming up to the adolescent age. Oh, my child is becoming a teenager. And at that point, you have to know that they are no more kids. So how you relate with a child is not how you relate with a teenager. How you coach or talk to a child is not how you talk to a teenager. How you advise or rebuke a teenager is not how you talk to a child. Like, you now have to be aware of these things. Don't think that they are all equal and you can talk to them and all that. No, at this point, your child is no more a baby. Your child is growing, and you have to know that okay, there are ways to handle them. So number one is body development. I hope you can hear me. Okay. Number one is body development. So you can already see, okay, the child is growing, her buttocks is growing, her breast is growing, she's becoming more feminine, she's developing those parts of her body that she needs to develop as a female. She's coming on. Some of them would have started seeing their menstruation, started ovulating, and all that. Okay, another characteristics is prone to peer pressure. So you'd see that this child is, they come back and they say certain things like, oh, this person doesn't want to be my friend. This person said he doesn't want to be my friend again. This person wants to be my friend. Oh, these people want to do this and I don't want to do it. So I'm alone. I'm afraid to be alone. They don't share the same values with me. So I'm afraid to be alone. I wish I can belong, but I can't do what they are doing. They just start being prone to peer pressure. They have things that they want to do but they can't do it. They see their friends doing it but they can't do it, and they just feel left out. They just feel like, oh, I have to belong. Or they will say, I don't have anything I'm doing. They will say, I don't know what's up. They're just prone to peer pressure. They come back, they tell you, oh, I want to buy that shoe. My friend has that shoe. I want to buy it. My friend has that clothes. I want to buy the clothes. My friend bought that gift. I want to, they just want to do because others did. And it's because of peer pressure. So they are prone to peer pressure when they are teenagers. Another one is curiosity. Curiosity. Your teenagers are curious. They want to know, right? They want to know. So you see them finding out even things that they're not supposed to find out. They are finding out those things. So you see them asking questions like, why is this thing this way? Why is this way? Why is that? Why are you going there? Why did you do it this way? They are curious. And sometimes that is beautiful, because at that point you see that they're not more children that will just move on with the flow. They want to know why. So they are curious. So, but I think that if you don't handle this part of the teenager well, it's going to be a problem. I hope I've not been talking to myself for a while. Can you hear me, Ma? All right. So I can't see her anymore, but I just hope that this is still live. I hope people can hear me. Hello, Ma. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Oh, I didn't find you anymore, so I felt that okay. I hope I'm not talking to myself alone. Okay. All right. So curiosity, at that point, the child is curious, the child wants to know. And I think if you're not careful, the curiosity can lead them to something else. They can want to know, and from knowing they get to know something and they don't really have an idea. So sometimes you see a teenager trying to know, okay, what is this? What is it used for? Should I use it? Now they find out what it is used for, but they don't know now, okay, that I shouldn't use this because, or I've not, it's not yet time for me to use this. So they are curious, and because they don't get proper guidance, they go into the wrong thing or they do the wrong things. So teenagers are curious. Teenagers also have identity crisis. So I have a teenage brother, though I have somebody, I have them around. So I know that sometimes they just dress and then you're like, where do you belong? Like, okay, today you are this, tomorrow you are that. You want to appear like you are a tout. Tomorrow you are wearing suits. They just have identity crisis. They don't really know, who they are, or maybe they know, but they don't want to stick to one place. They want to explore. So they keep dressing, as a particular way. They go to school and they see that, okay, my friend is wearing some kind of jeans that makes him look rugged. They want to wear it, and tomorrow you're like, why are you all over the place? Why are you like this? And okay, they go to school, they see that a classmate of theirs have some kind of haircut. They come back and that haircut is rugged and makes them look like a child. They come back and they want to do it. Okay, they go out to barb their hair. They say, okay, I want to rub dye on my hair. Why are you rubbing dye on your hair? Are you aged? Are you, what is going on? You are just young. If you start now to rub dye, what will happen when you get old? Like, that is identity crisis. They don't even know who they want to be. They're just confused. I'm not saying that these things are right, but these are the normal things that teenagers do because they don't get proper guidance. Another thing is sometimes they are obsessive. They have this obsessive desire to be out of control. So they feel like, I'm not a child. I should do this. I should, you know. I'm talking out of experience because I have one and I know how it feels. They want to, and I'm even putting myself in his shoes because I know that I also wanted to. I feel like, oh, I'm now up to age. I should do this. I should go there. I want to travel. I don't want to be in this house. I want to go for holidays. I want to go and visit somebody. I want to go for that party. I want to, and even when they know that, okay, you'd say no, you wouldn't allow them go for that party, they still want to go. They will find a way to still go. They don't want to be boxed. You can't tell me what to do. I want to do what I want to do. I'm now a big girl. I know what I want. I'm no more a child. And you're looking
Mhm.
at the person and say that she's no more a child. The person is really a child to you and needs help. But
Exactly.
the person just feel like, why are you disturbing me? When they come outside, they behave like they are big boys and girls, but you know that this person is still a child. The person just needs guidance. So they have this desire to be out of control. They don't want to be responsible. They just want to do what they want to do. Don't hold me back. You're holding me too much. I'm no more a child and the rest of them. Now we also have unstable. Now we also have unstable. Teenagers can be unstable very well. They can be a certain way today, and then tomorrow, they'll come to church. You can see a teenager now come to church, sing, cry, pray. The next day, you see them in a party in school. They're in front, shaking their buttocks, and they're like, "What's going on? Like,
Uh-huh.
why are you unstable? Why are you here and why are you there? Like, what's going on?" They can be unstable because there is just this. It's just like there is just this thing in them that is saying, you want to be like this, but have you considered this one? This is looking better. Why don't so they are okay, they are doing this one, they are saying, this one is not good. Let me try this one. So they're just unstable. And then you call their attention and you're like, why are you doing this? They will say, okay, I've heard. The next day again, they're just unstable and it's just a whole lot. You call them, write them a letter, say, see, this thing you're doing is not good. Can that's just who they are. These are just some features of teenagers. They come to church, the usher says, go and sit at a particular place. They're like, oh, I want to sit here. The woman is, and people that are not, you don't understand them, you will not say, you force them, you try to force them to go and sit where you want them to sit. And some of them that are very violent can start fighting with you, can start causing problems. But someone that knows how to handle a teenager, I'm not saying that we should give them the opportunity to become rascals because they are teenagers. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. But someone that knows how to handle teenagers, there's a way, especially in a kind of a setting like that, you can say, okay, come and sit here or something, like just find a way than to start fighting with a teenager, because it means you are joining issues with a babe. You don't know that this person needs to be directed or guided properly. So so these are some features of teenagers. And then some of the mistakes you're making with teenagers. And like I said, these slides were made out of experience because I was once a teenager. I'm not as at now I can still remember my teenage years. It's not as if I'm too old, or I can still remember how I felt at then. I have siblings, and so I know. So number one is you're not listening, and when you do, you judge them. You call a
Mm,
teenager and say, oh, tell me, I'm ready to help you. You know, see, that teenage age is a very critical period of everybody's life. Many people made mistakes when they were teenagers. I have somebody I know that it was when he was a teenager that his school mother abused him. So from
mm.
school mother, he went to see the school mother, taught him sex, and from there he went into drugs, went into so many things, Yahoo, a lot of things. So
Yeah.
you call this teenager and he starts asking, "Oh, I want to listen to you. Tell me what's going on. Do you have any challenge?" And you make them trust you, and now they begin to talk to you, and you're like, "You? So you just make it a case, and you start talking, start shouting, and you start reporting. You just, the way you handle the issue, you don't handle it with wisdom, and then the teenager loses confidence and feels that I don't need to talk to anybody again. Oh, nobody is to be trusted, and they bottle up. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
that this person I'm talking about has not told anybody of this thing? Even now that he's an adult, he has never told anybody this thing up to this point. He has never opened up to anybody. Nobody knows about this thing because they don't, who will you tell? People will judge you. So assuming when he was a teenager, somebody, I think, yeah, sometimes I think at a point he knew that that was wrong. He now understood, oh, this thing we are doing is wrong. But as at that point he became addicted to the whole thing, went into so many sexual vices and all that. I have a lot of clients in School of Confidence. I have a lot of them. A lot of them. People went through a lot, and it's when they were teenagers. So I feel like teenagers are people that's why whenever I'm going to secondary schools, I make sure that I relate with them and talk to them to understand that, okay, I understand where you're coming from. It's not as if I wasn't once like you. I talk to them with understanding. So if you listen to a teenager, don't listen to judge them. Listen to help and be wise. And see, you are the matured one here. You have to know that the fact that they opened up doesn't make them to become sinners. Yes, they have done something, they want help and all that. Help them, don't judge them. So they're telling you this one happened. Please listen to understand, listen to help, not to judge them, not to create a scene, not to report to somebody that will announce it. And then before you know it, the child loses confidence. So many teenagers need to be heard. And please, when you hear them, don't judge them, just direct them properly. Many people I know in my school that are adults now in our alumni forum, they had this issue, they were raped consistently by somebody when they were teenagers, and they can't tell them, even if they tell their parents, the same parents they are talking to. Can you imagine that the same parents they are talking to is saying that they are lying and believing the person that is the rapist?
Exactly.
Say, can he do it? What do you mean? Shut up your mouth. And this person is constantly going through sexual abuse in the home, in that house, and nobody knows.
Mm.
So So these are things that we need to talk. And then the second one, you are not teaching them. You assume they know. You are not teaching them. You assume they know. So
Mm,
you see a teenager, and then you they do something, and then you say, oh, you're supposed to know. Are you not supposed to? Well, they're supposed to know, but you can't really blame a child that you don't taught anything. You blame them for not knowing how to cook. You didn't teach them how to cook.
I
Like, you
tired.
don't blame them for not knowing how to do something. You didn't teach them. Don't assume they
Mm-hmm.
know. So sometimes some parents will say, oh, I'm too shy to teach my child about sexuality. I'm too shy to teach my child about something. It's funny how some teenage females, learned about menstruation and the rest of them when they from their friends, or learnt it from television or from their teachers in school. And the parents have never ever sat down to say, this is it, this is how you wash your pants, this is how you change your pad, this is they didn't do that. So you're not teaching your child, and you assume that they know, because you believe that they should have thought about it in school. Yes, in my JSS, our home economics teacher taught us about sexuality, biology. We did biology in SS1. They thought about all those things. But is it the school that will do your parenting for you? You're not teaching your child, so you assume they know. You assume they know. Oh, I assume you should know. You assume that they know, okay, about erections. You assume that they know about the vagina. You assume that they know about these things. They may not know sincerely, and they will make mistakes if you don't tell them. Number three, you curse them instead of blessing them. Every slight minute they do something, you're an idiot, you're foolish, you're stupid. Why are you like this?
Yeah.
Always making, and you think it's we've heard a lot. For example, now there's one exercise we used to do in SOC, School of Confidence. So I will tell somebody, I will tell my client, see, um, tell me, is there anything that you were told when you were late? Because sometimes you don't even know what's doing you. You would think that you don't know, but you don't have confidence, you don't have self-esteem, and then we start digging in. And you will not remember that when you were little, you were always called a fool by your mom
Mm,
or your dad. Or when you were little, you always called a dummy, don't know anything. Or when you were little, they always told you that you're a mistake, you're always doing things, and now they just say one thing or the other. And before you know it, it registered in your mind. You grew up with it that I behave foolishly. I feel like I don't have sense. People are, if you see the things my clients write whenever I give them this exercise, you'll be like, so somebody can actually say this to their child, or somebody can actually, somebody can actually believe that they don't have sense. Like somebody, when they start writing these things, and then when I've read a lot, I've seen a lot, and that even me, if I'm marveled and like, so these kind of things exist. Because I don't even imagine it. And and these are things that have stuck in their mind. Okay, that I'm foolish, that nobody likes me, that I don't know anything, I'm a mistake, I'm a failure. And as adults, even with children, they believe these things. That's how bad it is. Even with children, their adults are married and all that. So don't curse the teenagers, don't curse them, bless them. Don't say, oh, you don't know anything, you are even if they are stubborn, don't say you are stubborn. Sometimes I know somebody that said, okay, that when he's misbehaving, his mother will be like, you blessed child, why are you doing this, you blessed child? Instead of him hard to say, you always doing this thing, and start shouting and calling him names, he will say, you blessed child, go and wash that plate, or you blessed child, go and clean your room. So she will not want to say, you foolish child, you this, you that. She will bless them instead of cursing them. Another mistake you're making is that you choose to believe others than your children. I talked about this before. Many people are victims, and they're not even forgiving their parents for that, because it led them to a lot of mess. So your child is able to say, okay, this person is doing this, and you will not believe. You would rather believe your child and fall into trouble than believe an outsider and be safe. So your child is telling you that this brother is always coming inside his house and he's always doing things I don't like to me, and you will say, shut up your mouth, what do you know? You shut the child up, you leave them, you don't believe them. You choose to believe others than your children. You choose to believe others than your children. So you go to ask the person lies to you, and you believe them over your children. You're betraying that child, and that child will never forgive you, even if they are adults and they know that, okay, maybe you did what you did out of ignorance. They will never trust you again. They will never trust you again. Okay, that part of them needs to heal, because it's a very huge betrayal, because you expose them to a lot of things. Because by the time a child, and funnily enough, when the abuser, the sexual abuser, now says, okay, I didn't do anything, and the parents believes, it will give them the chance to keep doing it. So they, even when they are now doing it to the child, they will not say, even if you tell your mother, she will not believe. So painful, so hurtful. Like, you don't believe, you rather believe your child and fall into trouble than believe an outsider. Because parenting is a calling. Parenting is stewardship. You don't have that child, oh. It's God that gave you that child, and you have that responsibility to take care of that seed. So if you don't do your job well, you would eventually answer for it. So that's another mistake you're making. Number 5, you compare your teenagers to other children, thereby inflicting low self-esteem. Okay, you now say, don't you see your sister? Don't you see that people? Don't you see how she is? Why are you not like that? Why are you not speaking like her? Why are you not walking like her? Why are you not? Can you just tell your child, see, this thing you're doing is not good, change? Why you don't make them feel that the other person is better than them? You can decide to establish connection between that child and somebody else than comparing them. You can decide to say, become friends with them, than saying, become like them, because they don't have the same destination. When God was creating, he didn't create them together. He created them differently, with a different purpose, different voice, different everything. So you rather bring them closer for them to learn one or two than telling them to become like them, because that will make them feel that they themselves are nothing, and then they should become something else to have that value. Number 6, you are not a model to them. You tell them to do what you don't do. You tell them you don't do. Clean your room. You that have room, your own room is dirty. um don't keep your brush on this table. You keep your brush on that table. And teenagers can be so interesting. You dare not say they should do something that you are not doing, because they will attack you. They will tell you you are not doing it, but you are not doing it. Somebody was saying that she was telling her children, oh, if people press phone too much, if people press phone too much in this house, if people don't do anything, you press phone. The child was like, you too, mommy, you do it. Because one day she was also pressing her phone, like that was the only thing she came out to do that day. And the boy was like, you press phone too, oh. You see, and she became embarrassed, and she found out that, oh, me too, I do it. Everybody's addicted to this phone thing. So you're not a model to them. So why are you telling them to do when you're not doing? That's another mistake you're making on your teenagers' confidence journey. And number 7, you don't pray for your teenagers. You rather complain. If you have a stubborn teenager that feels that, she doesn't hear word, I know they hear word. No matter what you do, I will not hear. I will do what. Some people are, sometimes you feel that something is not. Sometimes you learn, no, but sometimes you settle some things with prayer. So if every day you are praying, you bring in that child, say you will not bring shame. You will do this. You would, and you prophesy. You talk to that child in prayer. God will answer you, because you have a right over that child. It's your child. Even if it's not your child, you have a link. Like, there's kind of an authority you have over that child, even if it's not your biological child. But you have a heart for that teenager. You want them to become better. And every day, you're bringing them to your prayer, saying, you will do this, you will prosper, you will be intelligent, you will do this. See, God will answer. Don't complain. If you turn your complaints to prayers, you will have better solutions. Because sometimes it's not that they don't want to behave well. Sometimes spirits, the devil enters into teenagers that give way for them to enter, and begin to manipulate them or use them. Not that they want to be stubborn, but devil just finds a way. So sometimes pray than complain. Bless, don't curse them. Those times you're using to complain and all that, use it to pray. If you can fast, you will see that your child, you see, you can even pray and say, you want them to break out from a particular relationship they are in. They have this boyfriend somewhere that is deceiving them, or they have these friends that always come around that are deceiving them. You can stay and disconnect that friendship right in your house and pray that something, a case will come up so that they will not be friends again forever. It will happen. A quarrel will just come in, they'll go their separate ways, and everybody is fine. And you don't guide your teenagers well, you see that sometimes they even have one boyfriend somewhere that is deceiving them. So you pray that if there's any hidden one I don't even know, let it be destroyed. Let that one also go. So pray for your teenagers, don't complain. Hope you can hear me. All right. So about how to help your child build healthy self-esteem and confidence. Number one, guide them to build strong relationship with God. This is not one of those spiritual, I'm not even trying to be spiritual, but this is just the foundation. Because when you help your teenager build a strong relationship with God, that's where their focus is channeled properly. Their focus is channeled properly. Imagine a Christian teenager now. A Christian teenager will not be talking about smoking. A Christian teenager will not be talking about drinking. A Christian teenager will not be talking about lesbianism and all that. So you have less issues. Naturally, teenagers are a lot to handle. But if your child is godly, you would have less issues. The issues you might now be handling might now be peer pressure. They want to do something, they don't want to do it. Their friends are pushing them, you know, and some other things that are just minor. But if you fail to get this foundation right, you will struggle with a lot of things. They will go into so many things that you can't help them early because the foundation is not strong. So if your teenager is godly, they already know that I shouldn't sin, no, I shouldn't do this. It's a sin against God. I shouldn't be talking about being. I shouldn't be jealous of my friend. I'm a Christian. I shouldn't be envious. I shouldn't practice gluttony. I shouldn't insult or disobey my parents. It's easier. That's why I said if you don't help your child, have this foundation, you have a lot to do as a parent. So guide them to build a strong relationship with God. Number two, lead them on self-discovery. When your child knows this is who I am, this is who I am, this is my color, this is where I'm coming from, this is faith, this is joy, this is peace, this is who I am. When your child has a proper knowledge of who they are, self-esteem is easier. So they know, okay, I am Deborah. I am an introvert. I'm from this family. I am this, I am that. These are my strengths. These are my weaknesses. This is my purpose. This is who I am. This is who I am in Christ. If they know, it's easier for them to build a healthy self-esteem. But your child at this point doesn't even know. You see why teenagers are here and there. Today you see them in church, they are praying, they are speaking in tongues, they are rolling on the floor, they are falling on anointing, and you're like, oh, this child is such a Christian. Tomorrow there's a party in their school and they're shaking their buttocks and and they are singing and they are so happy, they are high and all that. And then you're like, who are you? Like, where are you? I thought you were the one that was praying yesterday. What is happening is because they don't have that self discovery. They've not got to understand that people should not define me. I'm a Christian, there's some things I should not do. So things should not some things out there should not define me. So if I refuse to dance, or if I refuse to smoke, or if I refuse to drink alcohol, I will be fine. It doesn't, if I don't drink it, I'll be fine. Drinking it doesn't make me more important, because sometimes they don't even want to do these things, but they do it because they want to belong. If they don't do it, they will look like the person who doesn't have sense. But when your child knows that this is who I am and I'm okay, I am enough. I am enough. This is who I am. This is where I'm coming from. I don't come from a family that is buoyant. When I was in primary school, my parents were not that buoyant. So I used to go to school with cabin biscuits. So I'll go to school cabin biscuit and 50 naira. That always and buy ice cream and meat pie. 50 naira at then. And then I had these classmates that would come, their parents would drop them with jeep. You know, they'll come out from the car, they'll march to the school canteen, they'll buy them. If you see snacks, Capri Sun, VG milk, gala, and they will eat our brain, because after eating all those things, they don't even know what they are doing again in class. I was bright then, but I'm not saying that because of biscuit though. But I mean, the discipline that taught me was really nice. I just, and that made me, I'm not a snacks person. You find, it's difficult to find me go and buy Capri Sun, you know, buy, I can eat buns and all, but you see biscuits, all those sugar sweets, I'm not really a fan. So so at that point, I never ever came back to say, Mommy, my friends are coming going to school with Capri Sun, and then I'm coming with having biscuits. And I don't even know. Somebody told my mom one day that what she's doing is not good. That how will I feel coming to school and see that okay, other kids have big snacks and I only have having biscuits. And funnily enough, I never felt any way. The only thing I tried to do for myself was I would take 15 naira they would give me, go to the school talk shop and buy meat pie and ice cream, which other people also buy. And then maybe I won't feel bad. But I never really thought that it was really a thing to go and pack biscuits and all that. Okay. Now my younger ones enjoyed. So we have sometimes we'll buy carton or gala before the week set are finished. But me, I didn't have the luxury of all that. I didn't have the opportunity for all that, stuff. But and those things didn't define me. I had a strong self. I knew that okay, this is who I am. Right from time I knew that I was special. I had something about me. I can't be like every other person, you know. I can't compare myself to every other person. So if your child knows that this is who I am, this is where I come from, this is who we are okay, we are not buoyant, but we are fine, we are comfortable. These are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, this is my purpose, this is who I am in Christ. When they know these things, trying to be a Yahoo girl on Saturday and trying to be a Christian girl on Sunday will not be possible because they know who they are. I hope this is making sense so far. I hope I'm being heard clear. Okay, now number 3, encourage positive affirmations. Let them confess what they want to see, not what they are seeing. As the Bible said, call for those things that are not as though they are. So encourage positive affirmations. Before your child goes, say, okay, these are some things I want you to say. In case you're here and you've not gotten my book, the free book I did, Going to School, Confidence and Self-Esteem Body for School Kids. If your child is going to school, just going out, you can tell them, okay, these are affirmations I want you to say. In that book, you will see affirmations for school kids. You would see 10 commandments of confidence and self-esteem for school kids. You'd see where they should write what they like about themselves and all that. It's a free book. Okay, I'll see how we can get to at the end of the section. Now, let them confess what they want to see. I am light. Okay, I am powerful. I am amazing. I am beautiful. These are things they should confess, not I am shy. Not that, oh, people don't like me. Not that I want to be like this person. Let them confess what they want to see, not what they are seeing. Because I used to tell people that the same way God created with mouth, we that were created in his image can also create with mouth. So if God can say, let there be light and there will be light, we too, we can say, let there be and there will be. But that's what people don't know. Our mouth is so powerful. So you can use it to create the life you want to see. Number 4, be understanding. I've said this thing countless times in this particular live section. Be understanding. Listen to understand and proffer help. Tell your relatable stories to connect more with the child. If you're listening to a teenager, don't listen to say, hey, so you, as your age, you've done this. That's not, is that why you're listening? If you're looking for gossip, please go and find it in Gossip Mill. Not when you call a child that is on her own and start asking her questions and she trusts you enough to start explaining some things to you. And then you carry it to go and report to your pastor. And then the next day you're using it as topic in your church. Or you call her out and disgrace her and embarrass her. You are betraying her trust. Listen to understand and proffer help. Tell your relatable stories to connect more with the child. So when you're talking to a teenager, you can tell them, when I was like you, I faced something like this. You can tell them, okay, when I was like I faced something like this, I was being pressured by my friends to do this, to wear mini skirts, but I didn't wear it. I was being pressured by my friends to have boyfriends, but I didn't have it. This is what I did. So I know what you're going through. This is what you can do. You can, if you have the same stories, share with them. Let them understand that I'm not alone. Most times people are not able to express themselves, they're not able to share their struggles because they feel that they are alone. So I've had clients come to me, and when we're having a one-on-one section, they say the reason I'm not opening up to you is because I feel that you judge me. And I'm like, if I tell you my own, you too, you will judge me too. Like everybody is feeling that, oh, nobody has gone through what I've gone through. And when they start talking, and I'm like, do you not have experienced what you experienced? They're like, eh. I'm like, yes, because I'm a human being too, living on earth. And I've also made mistakes. You too, you've made mistakes. So I'm not going to judge you. Even if you have done the work, I'm not going to judge you. You are not alone. If you think you are the worst sinner, I would tell you, because I've been a confidence and self-esteem coach. I've honestly heard a lot of things. So if you feel like you're the worst sinner, I'm going to tell you a story of another person I've heard. So if you're listening to a teenager, you just want to understand them and proffer help or refer them to somebody else. And if you have stories, tell them, oh, I had this same issue and this is how I was able to deal with it. So be understanding. Number 5, be firm, not aggressive with them. The fact that I'm talking about teenagers and how we can be understanding doesn't mean that we should pamper them to spoil them. There's a thin line between being aggressive and being firm. When you are firm, you are still respectful. And that is where assertiveness comes in. Assertiveness, not aggressiveness. So you're not able to say, okay, that you're fighting with them or you're rude, but you are confidently saying this is what you should do and this is what you are going to do. So you are firm, meaning you are respectful. You respect them. You're not going to curse them. You're not going to shout, but you just say something like, this is what it is. This is what you're going to do. And you don't say it like as though you are not sure. So sometimes teenagers can be so interesting to the point that you need to call them to order and you have to be firm about it. So a barrister friend of mine on Facebook was talking about how she was at the supermarket and then she saw this teenage boy came to buy something, came to the counter and was so rude to the cashier, and then he just dropped what he bought on the table and was like she should cost it or something, and it was really rude. And then when he was to pay, just threw the money at her. And so the barrister friend was now like, that if he doesn't pick those notes, those money that he threw on the table like that she's going to get him arrested for trying to breach the peace of the supermarket or something. And I think that made him have some fear. And so he picked it and now politely and respectfully gave it to the cashier. At that point, you see that she didn't curse him, she didn't fight him. She just told him, spoke with a firm tone, and of course, with every respect, but at least firmness to say, okay, this is what you should do. If you don't do it, this will happen. And that fear that should come in came in, and he did it, and he left. Okay. And people were really happy that she did that. If not, he would go another place and do that kind of thing and think that he can just get away with his bad behavior. So you need to be firm. You need to be firm with your teenagers, but don't be aggressive. Don't fight with them. Imagine fighting with a teenager. Don't do that. Don't stoop so low. Don't stoop so low. Okay, just be firm and be a leader. When you're a leader, you don't go and laughing and all that with teenagers and giving them the opportunity to disrespect you. You can actually laugh with them, but let there be boundaries, let there be limits. Don't just be too open and don't give them every chance to do anything they want to do. So be firm but not aggressive. Hello, Ma, are you still here? Number 6, avoid fixating on their mistakes. So no one loves to be drawn back to their past failures. So today you're like, oh, you did not wash plate today. This is how you've not been washing plate. That time, that year, that day, you did not do it. This is what you did. You keep reminding the child about what they did before. You keep telling them how they jumped fence to go and see a particular person. You keep telling them, and they don't want to remember these things. They know they are wrong. They've learned from it. They are ready to change. But you keep reminding them, you did this, you did that. You stop reminding them. Avoid fixating on their mistakes. No one loves to be drawn back to their past failures. No one loves to be told about their past mistakes. If they have moved on and they're trying to get better, please, you to move on. Don't call them back to say, I saw you that time at a boy's house. I saw you that time. No, move on. Okay, now number 7, give them opportunity to explore their strengths. What does your child like to do? Do they like to cook? Let them cook. Do they like to swim? Let them swim. That is anything you feel like is not going to hurt them, which maybe you can put some guidance to. You can like to look at them and see what they are doing to guide them. You can do that, but just give them chance to explore. If they like singing, how about register them for singing classes this summer? Do something that will help them boost their confidence. Everybody feels more confident when they are in the right place, when they are doing what gives them joy. But when your child is okay, your teenage girl tells you that, oh, she wants to be in the art class, and you're like, everybody in my house will be a science student, so I want doctors and engineers, I don't want lawyers, and I don't want English students here, I want people, all of you, to do science. And you see that this child loves to draw, you see that this child loves to sing, you see that this child loves to talk, and you're pushing them, and you see that they're not doing well in their science subjects, and truly they don't want to be in science, and you see that they have dreams, they have things that are screaming arts department. Why are you pushing them to science? Someone like me, my daddy said he wanted me to do science, but I'm like, I don't want. I want to do arts. He also wanted me to do economics, and I'm like, I want to do CRS instead. He spoke and spoke and spoke. I said, see, CRS, and he left me to choose. And at the end of the day, I didn't regret choosing CRS because I had issues with calculations, I had issues with mathematics. And even though, okay, I'm out of the studio, I don't know if you can still hear me. I want to be sure I'm ahead so I can continue. Okay, my slides are no more here. Can you guys hear me? Okay, let me just continue until she comes back and put up my slides. So I was saying, give your child the opportunity to explore their strengths. What do they like to do? Don't be quick to say, this is what I want you to do. Find out, because that child will likely thrive in where they are called to be. I have this sister that wasn't doing well in pharmacy department in school. They changed that to something else, and she was doing exceptionally well. Don't think that if you think you know the best for that child, try to still ask them questions and advice. That is what you can do. So I was saying that my dad wanted me to do economics. He wanted me to add economics to my subjects, and I just didn't want economics because I found out that, and I'm grateful I did not add it, because at the end of the day, I found out that economics we did in the first term was simple. But as the time we now went into economics, I saw what other people were doing. I saw that there were calculations, there were graphs, there were different things, and I'm like, I'm not even finished struggling with maths, and they are bringing economics to me. What, like, I'm grateful I didn't even go. I know I would have learned, but I'm grateful I chose what I chose at that point because I was struggling with mathematics. So bringing economics was just going to cause me more struggles. So let your child choose and give advice. Let them explore their strengths. Don't be quick to shout them out. Don't be quick to say, don't do this, this is what I want you to do, and the rest of them. So we have 8 people watching. I just had to check on my YouTube. I am no more, my slides are no more up. Ma'am Amen, can you please bring up my slides, or I can just look at them in my phone and keep talking, but I would like it to be on the screen. I don't think I think her network is not helping us. Let me just go find the slides on my phone and keep talking. Now, number 8, Challenge them to become better, and when they do, reward them. So you've been telling that child, wash your clothes every day, wash your clothes every weekend, do this, do that. And the day they do it, you pretend like they didn't do anything. That is not encouraging. And they're looking at you so that you will say something, so that you say, oh, if we clean the house today, well, you pretend like you didn't do anything. When a teenager is yearning for validation, that's just what you need to know. They're Forget it, that stubbornness that they are doing, be underneath the stubbornness and all that, they want to be heard, they want to be understood, they want to be validated, they want someone that will tell them, oh, I understand what you're going through, oh, I know that this is not good, oh, I know, I understand, I see, I went through the same thing. They want all those things. So when you're able to advise a teenager and they listen to you and do what you told them, to do, don't pretend that they didn't do it. When they have reached, when they do it, reward them. Say, oh, this thing you did is good. Appreciate them. When you appreciate somebody, they want to do more. They don't want to fail you. So you tell them, oh, you're looking so neat today. You are looking very neat today. The next time, they don't want to fail you. They want to look neater. They want to put more effort, because how can you tell me I'm neat today and then tomorrow now you tell me I'm dirty again? No, since you've told me I'm neat, I would like to be neater. Appreciation makes for more. So appreciate them, challenge them. That is number 8. Challenge them to become better, and when they do, reward them. Number 9, I'm getting to the last. So I just hope our network will come back on and she can be able to put up my slides. Number 9, respect their choices sometimes if it doesn't hurt. Respect their choices sometimes if it doesn't hurt. So give them room to express themselves. Give them room to express themselves. Indecisiveness is a sign of low self-esteem. Let them decide sometimes. One of the signs of low self-esteem is that people that have low self-esteem, they don't know what they want. So they're like, I want it this way, but I think I want it this way. If you're a confident person, this is what I want, and this is exactly what I want, and I will get it. So when they are not able to make decisions, they can't be confident. So sometimes, if it doesn't hurt anybody, you want them to wear white, they want to wear black, and you see that the black and white is the same shirt, just that it has different colors. And what is the significance of the color you want them to wear? Let them wear the black they want to wear. Don't force them to wear white. Let them choose, and if it doesn't hurt, let them go ahead and wear it. Don't make a case out of it. That way, you're giving them chance. You're giving them chance to be themselves, to choose what they want. So give them room to express themselves and let them decide if it doesn't hurt anybody. If it does hurt, and if it's hurting anybody, please, you have to explain. You have to tell them, okay, this is why I don't want you to do this. Do this instead. Wear this instead. But if it really doesn't hurt anybody, don't be so autocratic. I want you to wear black and you must wear black. I don't care whether you want to wear white. You must wear black. You don't do that. If you do that, you're teaching them low self-esteem. At some point, they will not know what they want again. They will not be going with what you want. And before you know it, they can't even make decisions again for themselves. Anything somebody says is what they want. Number 10, get them mentors and coaches. My mentor told me in 2021 when she registered her children with me, she said, the thing you're teaching them, funny enough, I must have told them, but I want them to hear it from somebody else. Sometimes see finish happens, and we are not like we want to be see people finish, but it just happens that we feel that, oh, I've heard it, I've known you and I've seen it here. What else do you want to say? It just happens. So sometimes you need to register them with coaches and mentors that will say the same thing, so that they'll be like, so this thing mommy is saying itself is true. So by the time the child comes and see that, okay, you're talking about how low self-esteem is bad, how comparison is bad, how competitions and envy is bad, and then they're like, oh, this thing mommy is saying is true. They will now learn. So don't say, my child, I can teach my child confidence, I can teach my child self-esteem, I can teach my child public speaking, I can teach my see, do you think that people that are skilled in teaching these things don't have sense? You know what to do as a parent. but not more than somebody that is skilled. Like now, Coach Amen is here. She knows how to do these things. You can register your teenager with her. You can take her as a teen mentor and all that. I had a parent last year that said that, okay, the child didn't want to come for SOCKT. She didn't want to come for School of Confidence for Kids and Teens. And then after she came for the first class, she said, I'm sure many of you must have listened to her testimony if you follow me closely. She said during the first class, the girl wasn't happy because she saw children, small children in class with her. And then after some time, she went to go and get writing materials. She had to put on her video and became active in class. After the class, she started viewing my status with her mom's phone. She'd always tell her mom that, oh, she wants to see my status today. And she'd always view my status. And, my status is always valuable, though. She always learn one or two. Every time she's following me, saying her mom that she wants to see my videos. And the mom had to tell me, see, my daughter is always asking me about, please, can you mentor my daughter? And I've never really had to give anybody opportunity to become a mentor to them. I can even show people last week somebody sent me a message every month. Somebody was always say, mentor me in something, teach me something and all that. I want to be accountable to something. And I've never agreed. But I have to say yes, because I just feel like teenagers need help. And this person will always say, okay, I'm going through peer pressure. These people that don't have the same values with me in school, I'm going and I will advise her and tell her what to do. Do you understand? So find people that your child can listen to and be sure that they are people that you can trust. And now this parent, she doesn't joke with SOCKT. She registered her child last year. This year she's bringing another child. And she's calling all her parents, all her friends to bring their own children too. Because she has seen that this class is valuable and she wants other parents to benefit too. So register them with mentors and coaches, and also prayerfully register them. Don't just say because this person is good, you register them. See, so people are doing well online. But when you're discerning, you will see that this person is not fit to mentor your child. Follow them closely and see their values. Sometimes you think they know, they don't know. You would think that they are good for your children. They are not. By the time you see what they are teaching, you know that this person doesn't deserve to be talking to my child. You can't go and take a mentor that has different values from your family values. You can't take a mentor that believes that, okay, you can do anything you want to do and all that. No, that person will teach your child wrongly. So you can pay for classes. You can just make sure you equip your child. And that is the end. She was saying that we might take questions. I don't even know whether we'll still take the questions. I think her network is disturbing. I was able to use the slides on my phone to complete the teaching so that we don't get stuck waiting for her network. So, but I'm done. If you have questions, I don't know. Can I check the comments? Oh, I didn't even know some people are here. Okay. So please, if you have questions, you can drop them on the comment section. I can see comments now. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you, Uche. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Tenny. Thank you, everybody. Please, if you have questions, drop it so that I can answer. So that because she's not available now, I don't want us to waste some time. So if I can take questions, I can now leave. When our network is okay, she can now end the section. Thank God for StreamYard. Assuming this was Facebook, I don't think I'll still be here. But at least StreamYard your live section will be on. Even if you're having network issues, your live section will never cut. It will still be on. And that is the beauty of using StreamYard. And I'm glad we're using StreamYard. So even if she's not here, we can still do this. When she comes, she can easily take it off from there. So if you have questions about your teenagers, if you have questions about their self-esteem and their confidence, I'd like to answer before I go. And if this section was valuable, you can copy the link and share with your friends for them to listen. I don't know if I have the permission to do that. She was talking about my book, Confidence Manual for Kids and Teens. Before we started, she was telling me that book is a book for every teenager. And I was just remembering the time that parents will buy that book. One parent bought one copy. As at then, it was 4,000, and we are yet to reprint. If we reprint, it should be 5,000. So when he bought the book, he went home. The children in his compound were struggling for the book. So he came back to my dad's office and he requested for two extra copies. Many people, they wanted more copies of that book, and I think when we reprint, we'll make the announcement and it will be on pre-order and all that. And also School of Confidence for kids and teens. If you want to get your child registered for this summer, you can do that. You're welcome, ma. If you have questions, please drop them. I can answer them. So SOCKT is our annual summer class for teenagers and for children from the ages 6 to 17 years. It's a Zoom class. We have general class and private class. General class happens on all Saturdays in August, and private class happens 7 days that must not be consecutively done. General class happens on all Saturdays in August, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Private class happens on for 7 days that must not be consecutively done, and it can be fixed according to your schedule and mine. And for general class, we have replays. We also give Face of Confidence award to the best child. We give them gifts. We give them branded shirts, stickers, and jotter and all that. It's always a beautiful time with the kids. We've had over 80 students so far, and we've had people from different parts of the world. We have from Nigeria, UK, Dubai, Cameroon, Ghana, Angola, a lot of countries. And I've just prayed that very soon we'll cover all the countries that we can cover. So if you want to register your child, early bird registration is still ongoing. I'm saying all this because I'm not seeing questions and she's not here. Early bird registration ends on Wednesday. If you want to register your child for general class, it is 20,000 naira, not 25,000 naira before Wednesday. Private class is 45,000 naira, not 50,000 naira before Wednesday. If you have more than one child, which I advise you to register the two children or your three children so that you don't have to settle fights. Imagine one child now receiving a gift and then the child is opening her gift. Oh, I got a gift from SOCKT, and then the other child is looking. And many parents will just have to start explaining, "No worry, next year you will come." See, next year I'm not even sure we'll have SOCKT. And so to avoid settling fights, come, we'll give you a discount to register all your children so that you'll be fine. If not, you will have to explain. The parents that are bringing her son this year saying that last year the son wasn't happy that he was left out. Many people even bring their children every year. So we've had these classes since 2021. This is the fourth edition. So if there are no questions, I can leave the studio. I don't even know whether I should put a call through to her. Because I'm not seeing questions and we are done. I think our network is fluctuating, but thank God we are using StreamYard, and so we are not interrupted. Thank God. All right. Let me quickly call her before I go.
Thank you so much, Auntie Mesoma, for an enlightening session. I know that we got value. Okay, so thank you so very much, everyone that joined. I am so sorry that I had some issues staying on the session, but I can see that it was very quite engaging and a lot has been said. So, thank you, Auntie Mesoma, for sharing with us. Just to quickly wrap up, we have to speak to our teenagers with understanding, with love, and with a mindset of being aware that these are people that are growing, that are becoming aware of who they are, and that want to understand themselves. So it's important that we give them that environment and that we are open to having conversations that will better their minds. And we're not just putting them down, speaking down on them, and just overbearing somehow. Sometimes the
Yes, ma'am.
temptation to do that is great as a parent because you just want to see them do a particular thing the way you want it to be done at that time. And when they are not forthcoming, we start to speak negatively, and that uh, doesn't help us on this journey at all whatsoever. Uh, Part of what we can do is to engage, because I tell people, I tell my mentees, I tell their parents, part of what we can do is to engage the power of the third party. That's what I like to call it, because once they are teenagers, you definitely want a positive third party in your corner, and you can leverage on some of us that are fully into this and that we know what we are doing and that we are here to support the best way we can. If you live in Benin and environs, we are preparing for boot camp in a few days. We started a countdown for 30 days or 31 days yesterday. So boot camp is just a month away. And the summer boot camp or the special things boot camp, which we have run successfully now for 3 years, it's a retreat for teenagers to find themselves, to engage in activities that transforms their lives. It has always been a blessing. I'll put details for that in the comment section. And thank you so much, Anti Confidence. You can get Anti Confidence books and materials. If you want to reach her, you can also reach me and I'll share her details with you. She has some beautiful free resources that she has graciously given to us for free this evening. Thank you so much, Anti Confidence, for that. I can share links to those materials with you should you want them. But if you want to register for camp, and you can bring your children to Benin, or you live in Benin or Edo State or its environs, you want to join us in a 5-day all boarding camp. Let your children step out of the house. Let them engage in activities that will build their self-confidence. Let them see what other people are doing, other young people are doing. We have a crop of young, talented, skillful people that will be talking to teenagers. And there's nothing as beautiful as peer mentorship for children. When they see that, okay, this person is just a little bit older than me and doing so wonderfully well, they tend to bring their head down and say, oh, yes, I can really do this. So thanks so much, Anti Confidence. I don't want to
Thank
take any more of your time because we have extended this class beyond what it should have been. So thank you so much. I will be
Everybody.
with you, chatting with you and talking with you. And of course, subsequently, I'm sure we can have other conversations around issues that have to do with teenagers and young adults. So thank you also very much for
Thank
joining.
you.
I will see you again next week, Saturday, as we continue the Skill Team series. We'll be having another session next week, Saturday. And I'm going to announce who's coming this time. Thank you so much. The Lord bless you all. Have a wonderful night rest. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.